friends, welcome to episode 166 of the Quirky Monday Craftcast. My name is Kalisha, and you can find me anywhere online as Nadir Tani. I'm coming to you today from my home in Central Florida, and today, as I'm recording, is Sunday, May 7th. I think we're going to be doing another week or so in the live vlog style podcast this episode as well. I got a whole bunch of positive feedback on last episode where I did the video like this, so I'm just going to keep going with it. So right now I am sitting preparing to sew the buttons onto this onesie. If you want more information about this onesie, take a look at last week's episode. I gave a whole breakdown of what I did to create this onesie, but I need to sew the buttons on. And just a couple days ago, I stopped by the craft store and bought some felt because I'm going to sandwich like the button band between the felt and the button. That way these buttons aren't sewn directly into just the stitching, you know. They're gonna have a little felt circle behind them for stability. And I think that will be really good for like the life of the onesie. So I'm going to do that. The last thing that I think I want to do with this is, as you can see, the last button is here. So once that's buttoned, it still has this opening here by the neck. So I want to get like a little snap or some sort of little closure that can go right here at the top. And I think I have something in my notions collection that will be able to keep that neckband closed right at the very, very top. And then once that's done, this whole onesie will be done, like complete, and therefore the whole project for the baby will be done. Then I will be able to start the hat and mitten set for the big brother. So that is the work in progress that I'm currently working on. But let me show you my finished object. I have two. I'm gonna have to get up and get the other one. But here is one. I haven't woven in the ends, but I definitely need to do that. So I was completely taken by like the knitted and crochet tank tops. Well, before I talk about that one, because I finished this. So this is my Drinks on the Patio tank. And I love it. I wore it to work on Thursday with a gray cardigan. It was perfect. So I love the way it fits. I love the shaping of the shoulders and the neckline and everything. I had to block the bejesus out of this neckline to get it to lay, and it still doesn't look very nice. Like all of that gapping between the stitches there, I don't like, but I'm not going to rip it out. So this yarn is acrylic. It's from Michael's. It's one of their Karen cakes. I don't remember which one, but yeah, it's 100% acrylic. So to block it, I put it through a wash and a dry cycle in the wash machine. And when it came out, it still was very tight. So then I took my iron, put like a towel on it, and then just steamed it. And then I pulled it. And I steamed and I pulled and I steamed and I pulled until I got it to where I wanted it to be. And you can do that with acrylic because it's essentially plastic. So when you're applying that much heat to it, it becomes more malleable basically. And then you can stretch it to where you want it to be. The only thing that you really have to be conscious of is because it's plastic, it's once it gets to wherever it is, it's not going to shrink back. So go carefully. This is actually called killing the acrylic, which is a way to like block acrylic. So because I loved this tank top so much, I wanted to make another one. And on the last episode, I showed a bunch of yarn that I got from the thrift store. a couple weeks ago, and that is the yarn that I used to make this tank top. So this tank top, I kind of started it on a whim, clearly, because I decided to put this little front post double crochet detail up the front, which as I got through most of it, I ended up not liking, because I was working in the round, and when you work like that, your stitches skew. So these rows are actually skewing this way, and I had to do some serious, like, heavy duty blocking, ironing on this to even get that column to look remotely straight. And it could be better, but whatever. So I followed the same idea for the neck, like the front and the back, like neckline type deal as this one, but I gave it a V-neck. And I've tried it on, I think, once, and I like how it fits. So I just need to get these ends woven in so that I can actually wear this out in public. I gave it a high-low hem, so it is one row longer in the back than it is, or one stripe longer in the back than it is in the front. And I used up the majority of this yarn. This is Cotton Kings by Hobby, and I used basically, we say like 1 3/4 of each one of these colors. So I really like it. I'm definitely going to make it again. I want to do it in some solid colors, or in a solid color, so that I can have more handmade tops for my wardrobe. I think that would be really, really cool. Let me grab my other finished object. Be right back. All right, I'm back. And this is my next finished object. It is a pair of socks. Huzzah. There's the heels. So I'll talk about it using this sock, because as you can see, there was some shenanigans and tomfoolery that went on. But yeah, so this sock pattern, it's a lace pattern, as you can see. Really pretty lace. This is the Linksfield sock. Yeah, the Linksfield sock pattern by Sylvia Watts Cherry. And I tested this pattern for her a year ago now. The pattern has been out for a year. And my test pair of this sock was actually done in a green yarn, because I initially cast the test on in this orange yarn, and then realized that I was using the wrong weight as called for in the pattern. So the pattern basically uses like a sport weight yarn, or like a heavy, was it heavy fingering to sport weight? I think so, yeah. But it's not just a regular fingering yarn. And when I realized that, I was like, I think I was 2 repeats in when I realized the error of my ways. So instead of ripping this all the way back, I just put it to the side, started the project with the correct yarn and finished it. And then I was like, I'll go back and finish the orange ones. A year later, here we are. Actually, no, that's not completely true. So I said I would go back and finish the orange ones. After I finished the green, I came back to the orange ones, finished this sock, and when I tried it on, it was too small. And I was like, what the heck is going on? Turned out that Kalisha couldn't count, and I left out like 10 rows. So with my typical gauge, if I do a short row wrap and turn heel like I normally do, when I get back to working the foot, my gauge on like your run-of-the-mill sock yarn, so 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, on a 2.25 needle, my gauge means that I have to knit about 72 rows before I start my toe decreases for it to fit. I don't know why I knit 60 rows and was like, seems legit, but I did. So instead of ripping back the whole toe and doing all the decreases again, I just cut the toe off, knit the additional 12 rows, and then Kitchener stitched the toe back on. So I have to weave in I definitely have to weave in these ends. And since I'll be weaving, I'll just go ahead and weave in all the ends. This lace pattern is really pretty. It is, I think, an 18 row repeat, but in the pattern, there are written instructions and charted instructions. When I did the test, I did like one repeat following the written instructions and then the second repeat following the charted instructions. And I can say I did like following the charted instructions better because it's more visual. So I enjoyed that more than following the written instructions. But either way, it's very well written, a very pretty pattern. Yeah. So there's that. This yarn is by Birch Hollow Fibers, who is one of my favorite dyers. I haven't bought any of her yarn in a while, and I really need to fix that. But also, I hoard her yarn like a little dragon. But this colorway is called Fallen Leaves. Is it Fallen Leaves or Falling Leaves? I think it's Fallen Leaves. And I decided to use this colorway for these socks because I don't have any orange socks. So now I do. And I have about a little less than 50 grams left of this colorway, so I can make another pair of orange socks, which will definitely be happening. So very proud of these. I'm glad that they're off the needles after an entire year. And yeah, so pattern, definitely recommend. The yarn, definitely recommend. Yeah, so those are my finished objects for this episode so far. As the week goes on, I'm sure I will have other finished objects and things to show you, because I'm really feeling that like finish it energy. Like I need to get stuff off of my needles, off of my hooks, so that I can start new things. So in the spirit of finishing, I'm going to go ahead and get to sewing these buttons on. And while I'm sewing, I am watching The Mentalist. That is the show I am currently binging, and I'm really enjoying it. I think that's it. So I will see you guys later. Hi friends, it is Sunday night, the 14th? I think so. I don't know what today is. Yes, Sunday night, May 14th. Happy Mother's Day to any mothers out there. I have had quite a weekend. So yesterday, me, Lamar, well, let me say it properly. Lamar, Tiffany, Matthew, and I participated in the bubble run. It's basically a family-friendly 5K with bubbles. Fun. I enjoyed myself. I did not run. I walked with pep the whole time. And I made a little video, so I'll insert that after this clip. But that was yesterday, and afterwards I was completely beat because we got there about 10 o'clock. So the sun was out in earnest. So I was sweaty, tired. After the bubble run, we got ices at this New Orleans snowball place in Oviedo. Nope, Ocoee, in Ocoee. And that was really cool. It was really delicious, very much needed after the run. And I got a plant. I got what did I get? Philodendron melanochrysum. Was really excited about that. It was kind of one of those plants that I liked. I love looking at because it has really long, not really long, but longer velvety leaves. And I'd always seen them online, and then when I saw one in this donut shop that also sells plants, I was like, yes, please. So I got a plant, Lamar got a donut, everybody's happy. So that was basically it for Saturday. Then today we got up early for Mother's Day and went to go visit Lamar's parents. I hung out there for a while. My mother-in-law took me on another walking tour of their backyard, showing me all the new fruit that's coming in. They currently have mangoes, sweet sop, avocado, some figs, June plum, not persimmon, pomegranate, and who else is growing fruit out there? I think there is a guava. So lots of fruit growing in their backyard. Probably later on in the season, I'll go over and show you guys some of their backyard. They definitely have more trees than yard. 100% more trees than yard. But they enjoy it. So I went and hung out with her for a bit. And then after that, I went to take graduation pictures for my coworker, for her daughter. And we had a really, really good time. We saw someone get married out at the park where we were. And at the end of their ceremony, like with the "you may now kiss the bride," like all the random people who were just like out at the park started cheering. It was really cute. And then I did a little thrifting. I'm looking for a particular kind of dress. So far, no luck, but I believe that the thrift fairies are with you, girl. So it will surface. But I discovered a new thrift store that donates to shelter animals, shelter animals. So I got this at the animal shelter thrift store. It's called like Boomerangs or something like that. So really excited about a new thrift store. And I'm also really excited about this. Look at all that space in that handle. Like, that's a good mug. When I picked this mug up, like I got home, I washed it, and I made a little cup of coffee in it. And then when I picked the mug up like this, I was like, oh, that feels so good. It feels so good that I want to go back to that thrift store and get the other one because there was an orange one. And I thought, I don't need two mugs. Yes, I do. I think I'm going to go back and get it. But what I'm doing for my crafty time now is like a good adult, I'm weaving in the ends of this tank top. There are approximately 70 billion ends. And yeah, so I'm working on this, and I'm going to watch some YouTube videos in like while I do it to hopefully make the process go by a little bit faster. After I finish weaving in the ends, I'm going to wash my hair, and then I don't know. Then honestly, if I'm being a good adult who weaves in their ends and washes their hair, I should probably just go to bed. But we all know that's not going to happen. Who goes to bed at reasonable times? Not I, said the cat. So yeah, I'm going to finish working on these ends. See, like, look at this madness. All these ends need to be woven in. And I don't even think, did I even tie them off? Nope, I didn't. I'm living dangerously. She's living dangerously. Too dangerous for me. Anybody want to put in a bet for how long it's going to take me to weave in these ends? So I just finished weaving in all the ends. Ta-da. So it took me like 45 minutes or so to do all of the end weaving. And yeah, maybe I will do better about weaving in my ends as I should. Unless they're socks. If they're socks, those ends are not getting woven in. That's just how it is. But garments, I think I'll weave in the ends. Hey friends, it is currently 1:17 in the morning. I washed my hair. It took me like an hour, and then I had to sit and let it dry a little bit. It's still damp, but I have been sitting here scrolling on Instagram and came across this page that is just all Excel, like tips and tricks. My little mind is blown. I have made notes like, try this at work tomorrow. So I am really excited about it. And I feel like I'm totally nerding out because who is looking up or reading about Excel shortcuts and stuff at 1 in the morning? Me. Also, I don't know why I'm so awake right now because I definitely woke up at 4 a.m. today and have been going ever since. I think my body is in denial, but I am happy with my clean hair. I even use conditioner. Look at me using conditioner in my locks. I rarely ever use conditioner, but it's so soft. So the next thing that I will need to do hair-wise is put some oil in it and make sure they're not creeping together, because they will creep if I let them. And it really looks like my hair is dark brown here and like fading up here. Is that the lighting? Hello? I think it's the lighting. Because, I mean, like, it looks like from here up, it's fading or something, or being overtaken by the grays. Ridiculous. But my favorite thing about freshly washed locks is that they're a little bit heavier than they normally are. So it pulls my roots like straighter and like more flat to my head. So they're not as fluffy, but I love it. Oh, they're definitely creeping together back here. Oh yeah, look at that. Can you see that? No, I don't think you can see it. Yeah, all of that has grown together. So there will be some popping tomorrow where I just pull them apart just to make sure that they stay separate. I always feel fancy when my hair is like freshly washed or freshly retwisted. I'm just like, ugh. Ugh. I need to go to sleep, but I'm not sleepy. Send help. Hi friends, it is Monday, May 15th, and I've been off work for about an hour and a half, and I'm working on something kind of exciting, something that last year Kalisha was working on at this time. Last year I designed a kerchief. So I designed these kerchiefs last year. They were tech edited and tested, and then the pattern just sat. So this is called the diadem kerchief, and yeah, it's just a cute little crochet piece to keep your hair back. Originally I made 3 of them. The third one has since been lost, but one of my goals for this pattern was to use different like price points of yarn. So this one is 4 pearls. Nope, that's not the yarn. Emma's yarn. This is her, I think it was August 2021 colorway, I think. Yes, August 2021 colorway, and I just loved it. The blues and greens just really got me. This was actually the yarn that I saw that made me want to design something. So there's this one. The green one is Malabrigo. Somebody. Do I have the tag in here still? I do. This is Malabrigo Immortal. And these are all DK weight yarns. And then the third one that I made was made out of this yarn, and this is Barocco Comfort DK. So I had your, you know, hand-dyed fancy yarn. I had like a middle of the road yarn with the, I guess you could call this like a commercial dye, like commercial hand-dyed yarn. And then I had a super budget friendly just DK sport weight yarn. They all worked up pretty much the same. I will say that the Emma's yarn is more of a plump DK, and then the Comfort DK and the Malabrigo were a bit lighter, but they still worked up to the same dimensions with blocking. It's really important to me to create things that are beautiful as well as like accessible, regardless of, you know, how much you can just go and spend on yarn, right? It's important to me to be able to showcase that, you know. So I am going to spend some time this afternoon, or this evening rather, uploading this pattern onto Ravelry and then also onto Etsy. It's been a minute since I published any patterns, so I'm kind of excited to do it, but also a bit like nervous, because I always feel nervous whenever I'm putting anything new out into the world. You know, I'm worrying like, oh, are people gonna like it? Are people gonna make it? And then of course I have that, you know, nagging voice that tells you you're not good enough, you know. I try to actively work against that voice, because recently that voice has been very loud in my head, but I still try to do the things, you know what I mean? So I'm going to work on releasing Diadem. Last night I was awake until 2 in the morning, and that's not cool. So today I didn't have very good focus. I got a lot of my to-do list done, which made me feel accomplished, but I still had an overarching feeling of not feeling very kind towards myself throughout the day. But the day is over, and we are going to keep it moving, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to be proud of myself when I complete it. So if you have also had one of those days where you were not as kind to yourself as you could have been, it's okay. And onward and upward, right? Onward and upward. I did it. Hi friends, it is Thursday evening. I just got home from work and then some errands. So today's May 18th. It's my dad's birthday. Happy birthday, Dad. He is 100% not watching this. But yeah, it's his birthday today. So after I got off work, actually I haven't even caught up with you guys for the last couple days. So basically the last 3 days have been very, very heavy with tasks at work that are outside of like my scope of knowledge. So essentially I've spent the last few days rapidly learning more information, and it hurts right here in between my eyes, essentially. But I'm happy to say that I was able to learn the report that I have to pull to be able to provide these numbers, as well as how to read the report, because there's a whole lot of abbreviations on that thing that your girl has never seen before. So yay for that. But yesterday when I left work, I wanted to, treat yourself. So I went to one of the plant shops that's near my job called the Jungle Room. Actually, I went to two plant shops. I went to one called the Heavy, and I walked around. It's a really beautiful plant shop, honestly. It's like plants and home decor and just vibes. That's I'll put in a picture that I took in there. It's just so, like, the room, the shop is so photogenic. But I went in there, I walked around for a little bit, didn't find anything that I wanted, and then I went over to another shop called the Jungle Room. Didn't find anything I wanted there, but that shop has a community propagation wall, and I saw some cuttings on there that I was interested in. So this morning, before I left for work, I took a couple cuttings of some of my plants. I took a cutting of my Hoya compacta because homegirl is giving up the ghost on me, so I might as well, like, cut it up. And I took cuttings of my Pothos Enjoy. So I went over there today. I went back over there today to see if the cuttings that I wanted were still on the wall, and they were. Yay me. So just a little plant content for you. I got this cutting, which is a top cutting of a philodendron painted lady. The leaves are so pretty. And then the stems are pink. How fun. So there's the philodendron painted lady. And then I got two single node cuttings of this Hoya. And look at those leaves. I forget what this one is called. It's a really long name and it starts with a C. Crassio something or another. But I've got to get these into some water. I'm going to water propagate these inside my my terrarium boxes. Hi friends, I have absolutely no idea how many days or weeks are part of this vlog, but here we are again, and I wanted to show you some happy mail. I got these. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Look at that. They are silicone beads. Like focal beads, is I think is what they're called. But I discovered by accident that they are the I love Chucky so much. They're the perfect size to make or to use for needle stoppers or stitch stoppers on the end of your knitting needles. So I got a set with Chucky and Susie because these are my two favorite Rugrats. And then I got a crochet hook. I don't know if they're supposed to be dupes for furls, but they have kind of like the furls shape. Oh yeah, this is totally biting off furls. Packaging and everything. But your girl don't have furls money. So I wanted to try a hook that was the shape to see like if it really made a difference compared to my other ergonomic hooks. So I got, this is light. It feels hollow. But this one I think is, I got the teak wood, and it is a 4.5 millimeter. So it has a good pointy tip, which I like. We'll see how it works with my hold. So I crochet with a knife hold, which is like this. My skin is crawling. Anyway, I crochet with a knife hold, so I hold my hook like this. The other hold is the pin hold, which is like this, I think. Like if you're writing. So I guess the difference is like hand under or hand over. So a lot of times when I'm crocheting, I pay attention to like how my hands move, and the way that I, like the motions that I do, I roll the hook to yarn over, and then my pinky does a lot of the driving for like going into the stitches. So we'll see how this goes. I feel like it's gonna be weird because there's no designated thumb rest. So that could be weird. But I started using this hook more. This one, and this is a tulip Atimo, I think is what it's called. Just because I was curious. So I've, like, over the last couple months been really curious about the different types of hooks, and because I'm a ride or die for my Clover Amour. I love those hooks. They are my perfect hook. But, you know, every so often you want to see what else is out there. So I got these. This is, well, this, I only have one of them. This is Tulip Atimo, I think. And it has a thumb rest here. But the difference is that the thumb rest is a little bit further from the hook that I'm used to, or further from the tip of the hook. The thumb rest is farther back than I'm used to. So I choke up on the hook when I'm using this one, and I keep my thumb up here as opposed to back here on the rest. So I hold it here when I'm working with this hook. The Clover Amours are, their thumb rest is in the perfect space for me. Like, I get that hook and I'm just gone with the go. I don't know what that was. So we're gonna try this today. I don't think I have a project that's using a 4.5 on the go right now, but that don't mean I can't start nothing new. Last night I called my mom and I told her, I said, "You'll be so proud of me." And she was like, "Why?" I said, "Because I went shopping and I got a whole bag of yarn." She goes, "Why would I be proud of you for that?" And I said, "Because I went shopping in my storage unit." So I brought a tote bag full of my like warm weather yarn. So the plant fibers, the low wool and acrylic content fibers. I brought those back because I want, you know, I'm in my summer top era, as the kids say. So I will probably start one with this and see how it goes. I just can't get over how light it is though. I guess like in my brain, I see the size and I assume the weight, and it's not. Like, I feel like this one might be lighter than this. Yeah. This one is lighter than this one, which is wild because it seems like it would have more mass. Like, uh-oh. Help. But yeah. So I am going to turn on some TV and work on some projects. But actually, let me show you what these. Ooh! Choking myself. Let me show you what these look like on needles. What is happening here? Oh. So this is, I guess I can tell you this. This is my current work in progress, or one of my current works in progress. This is the Trelawny top by Tamy Gore. I knit this previously. I've knit this once, and I love it. It's one of those tops that I put on and I just feel really, really good when I'm wearing it. And I wore it to work last Wednesday or Thursday, and just felt really good all day wearing it. So I thought, you know, I need another sweater that is exactly like this. So I am knitting the Trelawny without the color work, and I am this far. This yarn was a gift from a viewer, Roz, if you're watching, thank you so much. And this yarn is hand-dyed yarn by Witchcrafty Lady. Yeah, Witchcrafty Lady. And I really like it. It's a color, like a colorway that I don't have anything else in, and I think it's going to be a fun addition to my wardrobe. Also, I discovered that this yarn might glow under black light. I don't know what occasion is, you know, they're gonna be for me to be wearing this sweater and in an area with black light, but should those stars align, I will be glowing. So yeah, so let's look at these. I mean, I'm kind of stabbing them in the crotch there, but look at it. I love these so much. I think am I about to blaspheme? I feel like I might like these more than my Grinch ones. Nah, they're on an even playing field. I like them all, but oh my goodness, I love this. The seller also had Reptar. So I will try to remember to link the seller down below. It is the Tumblerista. Yeah, the Tumbleristas. And I got these from their Etsy shop. So I also ordered some like random little silicone beads, like leaf shapes and I think hearts or stars, that I'm gonna use for needle stops. And then maybe I can stop jamming all of my stitches down. And then I will also stop stabbing the project and my project bags and stuff like that. So it's gonna be pretty cool. So yeah, huzzah. What did I say I was going to do? Watch TV and crochet? Yeah. I am going to be crocheting on some awareness ribbons. This weekend is the Central Florida Plant Swap, and I am going to take my awareness ribbons to the plant swap again this year, like I did last year, and share them with the folks out there. Yeah, so far I have 3 colors. I picked out 4 greens that I'm going to be working up, and I have 5 ribbons in 3 of the colors done. My goal is to have 10 per color, so like a total of 40 when I'm done. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how I feel. I'm going to use the encouraging words and affirmations that I gathered from Instagram followers last year. So if you would also like to participate in the mental health awareness love bombing, you can make an awareness ribbon, and I say share it with friends, family, strangers, what have you. Hang it up in public so that more than one person can enjoy it. And yeah, talk to you later.